Pretty Girl Club. Welcome back to the Storytime series. If you have a story about your experiences with colorism, texturism, featureism, or pretty girl problems, please email them to exoticalsunited@gmail.com. But I want to talk about this concept of mirroring because have you ever noticed that a lot of women who secretly dislike you, they always start off copying you or they start off trying to be your best friend. They start off kind of following you around and then it crosses over into creepy territory. But this girl says, "Hello, Exoticals United. I watch your videos a lot. They're really encouraging and eye-opening, as no one teaches us these things. I wanted to share a story about a dark-skinned roommate who became obsessed with me, to the point she watched me while I slept. I've met plenty of toxic people in my life, but this one takes the cake. I am often mistaken for colored, mixed, or even Asian, and sadly, I've noticed that sometimes makes other black girls act weird towards me. Hence, I have very few black friends. I am a light-skinned black," and then she has a flag there. I'm not sure what flag that is. But she says, "I moved to my student residence early March, and my roommate N was really nice and accommodating. Like I mentioned, she's dark-skinned, has short hair, and slim. In those early few weeks, we studied together and even went shopping together. The weirdness started when I was studying on the living room desk, and I guess I fell asleep there. She took a picture of me and posted it in our group chat. There's 8 of us, 1 room per 2, and said no offense and other stuff I don't remember. But I confronted her about it, and she deleted the pic and apologized. I think that's when she changed, but we were still cool." So she's already taking pictures of this girl while she's sleeping. Then she says, "In the coming weeks, I was studying as always, and she was watching TikTok videos loudly, as always, but this time she was loud, and I confronted her about it. She was very rude about the situation and, cough, cough, tried to gaslight me. I was shocked. Like, literally? Who is this now? Anyway, after the group chat conflict, I DM'd her in private to check up on her. Maybe she was going through a lot or something, but nope, she was still rude. I stopped talking to her after that. No greeting, no smiles, nothing. Anyway, the situation escalated, and one time she left the stove messy and didn't want to be told anything. Since she noticed I wasn't afraid to tell her about it, unlike some roommates, some were her friends, she started to talk loud enough on her phone calls for me to hear her bad-mouthing me. It's crazy now when I think about it, but a week would not pass without her talking about me. At this point, I figured out she wanted attention, and she never respects people's boundaries, so I ignored her throughout her intentional loud calls. At one of her calls, she even called me a mean girl for basically telling her to keep basic human decency. Anyway, she noticed I would always talk to my friends on weekends, and she would get loud all of a sudden when I'm on my calls. I still ignored her, though. I did reach a breaking point a few times. I was sad about the whole toxicity of the situation, and why someone would hate me when I did nothing to her. But I realized that miserable people hate people who are generally happy and would rather bring you down to their level than heal. One time I was sleeping and was shifting to the other side of the bed, and I opened my eyes a little bit. I caught her. She was staring at me. She quickly left her spot when she noticed I saw her. I was sleepy, so I let it go, but that moment concerned me. I got scared now, because you never know with jealousy, it can lead to murder. But anyway, a few months earlier, I remember in the morning I was on my bed using my phone. She was done taking a shower, then came to our room and was like, "Hey," in a kind voice. I ignored her and kept using my phone. The audacity to greet me like you didn't act like a freak just yesterday is just on another level. This is so funny. So the next day, the girl called one of her friends. "Oh, I tried to fix things. She ignored me. She's so rude. She doesn't know people can get depressed and drop out of school because of this behavior. Blah, blah, blah." So anyway, a few months ago I was decorating my room. I didn't know posting pics on the walls wasn't allowed. She again was talking to one of her friends. Doesn't she know it's not allowed to do this? It's on page 72 on the contract. I was like, "Wow, girl, you're obsessed. You even went to check the page number and memorize it on a 100+ page contract? Specifically that page? Wow, okay." I did block her, though. I don't remember when. At this point, I didn't care anymore. She didn't exist to me. I was having fun with my friends, and we'd do video dance challenges together. I guess it got to her. Girl literally woke up at 3 a.m. to make noise and dance on 2 consecutive days. One of our roomies actually complained about it, and I heard N say she was going to hit her, and how dare she tell her that. I did warn the other roomie because she's the only one in our residence that seems to understand my situation and isn't afraid of her like the others. So, yeah, this was a long story, but I ended up reporting her, and apparently she was rude to one of the resident management ladies, too. She has to move rooms next semester because they are concerned about her behavior. I'm not holding any grudges. After all, she made me me. If it wasn't for her negativity, I wouldn't have used that to glow up even more. Have more compassion, discernment, and firm boundaries regardless, making her more sick and crazy. I know it's not right to call people narcissists if you aren't a qualified psychologist, but nope, she's definitely a narcissist and has serious anger issues. I pray she heals if she's open to it. To any girl dealing with a hater like this, don't ever dim your light. Let their hatred fuel your glow up. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you for your content, EU. It's life changing. Keep up the great work. And then she shows screenshots of their text messages going back and forth where she's like leaving a mess in the common area. This is pretty typical in college, but I notice sometimes when a woman admires you, she starts off by copying what you're doing. She starts off by mirroring you. And has anyone noticed that some women have this anxious attachment to you when you're the one who they perceive as being privileged or you're the pretty girl, whatever it is? They have this anxious attachment to you. And so if you don't say hi to them, like in the case of this girl, she didn't say hi back, then they suddenly get super mad. They're super dysregulated. And it's like, why is it that all it takes is a random light skinned black chick not saying hi to you for you to get that angry? Also, have any of you guys ever had people take unsolicited photos of you? Because that's actually more common than you think. Like, ever since you guys started submitting your story times, a lot of you guys have said that people have taken photos of you, like whether it's to be creepy or if it's to try to expose you, like, oh, look, she's not really that pretty. Like, look at this random picture from an unflattering angle. This is proof that we get the celebrity treatment. We are naturally on a pedestal. And that's also like a passive aggressive way that people try to dominate you. So they're trying to make you the butt of the joke. They want to gain clout in the friend group. And so they try to reject you. That's why they're trying to take random pictures. And then the part where she says that her friend was like bad mouthing her on the phone and that she was doing it loud enough for her to hear. That's actually a form of covert narcissistic rage. So they're trying to do that so that they can become the victim. They want to switch it so that they're the victim. They want to make you look like you're the big bad bully. And also bringing a person up in conversation all the time, that's obsessive. That's called obsessive rumination. Have you ever had somebody obsess over everything you say and do, especially somebody you're in conflict with? And I feel like sometimes there's this mindset where people want to punish you because they subconsciously want your social status. So it's status envy. And because that person can't have your status or they can't have your confidence or your femininity, they want to punish you. They have this mindset of comparing themselves for you. It's like this aspirational comparison. But what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.